Hello and welcome along to Brighton and Albion's first ever Google Hangout. Today we're at the American Express Elite Football Performance Centre. See, it's a mouthful that, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to get it all out quickly.
I know. And today I'm joined by Brighton and Albion goalkeeper David Stockdale. Hello, thank you.
All right.
I kind of need like a round of applause, but it's only us three in here.
Well, yeah,
Sorry about that.
there's not many people going to round of applause me, but go ahead. Yes, thanks.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you. So guys, if you're watching at home, you can send in your questions, tweet us using the hashtag #AskStockdale, and then, yeah, I can ask him right now. So firstly, you just finished training.
Yeah.
Could you give fans an insight into what your routine was this morning?
This morning it was a 7 o'clock wake-up call from, not my phone, from my son. So
nice.
He likes to run in and jump on us and get us up, get him ready for football, soccer tots, get the girls to school and straight in. Bit of gym work, and then into training.
And what was your training or your routine this morning, training?
Oh, that's top secret.
Top secret? I can't tell you that.
The goalkeepers work with Anthony and Amy, which is fun. Always have a laugh, and then we get shouted over by the manager. We actually need you today, so you might as well come and work with us. And then I save a lot of shots. And
so do you all work together, all four of you? Because there's obviously all teams.
There's 3 of us at the moment, but like we have separate. Yeah, sorry, we all work together. And then there's Harry and Josh who come over with us sometimes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm beaten in 5. What's the atmosphere like around the club at the moment?
Really good. I've got to say that even when times weren't as good as now, the atmosphere wasn't so downbeat that we felt that we were going to lose every game. But you can tell what it does, people it brings out of the shell, and just the winning feeling. It's and like you say, unbeaten in 5. People say, yeah, we've kept 3 clean sheets, but we're actually unbeaten in 5. Unbeaten in 2015. You can look at it all the ways you want, but
and the atmosphere must just feel better in the dressing room, knowing that you're unbeaten, you're going into the next game, you want to keep that unbeaten run going. It just must feel a lot better.
You're striving for that, and to start with, if you can keep a clean sheet, you've always got a point on the board. So wherever we go, we want to keep a clean sheet, and with the players we've got, we expect to score.
Looking forward to Saturday's game against Brentford. Chris Hughton's first home game. Going to be a buzzing crowd, real upbeat crowd going to be there this weekend. The home form hasn't been great at the Amex recently. Is this a great chance that you can go in there to Saturday's game and actually change that, try and get a great good run in?
Well, that's what we want to do. It's just come about that we've been playing in London and we've been winning, keeping clean sheets. So we'd like to do that at home, because I think your home form is the biggest. And if we can start 2015 like we already have, but at home, and carry that in, I think we're always looking up the table rather than the other way.
So would you like to move to London? Maybe we'll get up there and start playing each week.
No, I'm happy. Yeah. We've asked the FA if we can play our home games in London, so we might be moving grounds.
So guys, what we do now, we go on to the fans' questions. Yep. Again, you can get in touch at home, use the hashtag #AskStockdale, and yeah. So first one is from Al Kent21. Who's the biggest character in the dressing room and why?
It depends how you say character, because we've got quiet characters, we've got different, but everyone has a say. You got the likes of me and Casper and Gordon that are a bit shouty, and then you've got people like Paddy who are quiet, but the witty one-liners come out, and then you've got Donkey and Chico and Jake that are a bit like, they're the young lads that are in the dressing room, so it's a good mix. And then you've got the Spanish lads, so every time they speak Spanish, everyone's shouting, speak English. They're telling you off in Spanish, obviously, but it's a good laugh, and everyone gives in and takes really well.
So everyone gets on quite well?
Yeah, really well.
That's good. So the next one is from Hallie Hamsworth. Who is the worst dressed player at the club? Can you actually say this? Can we?
Do you know what? There's no one really bad. No, I can't really put it on it. Who's the worst dressed player? Just for banter value, I'm going to say Craig McHale-Smith, because he wears his backpack every single day. It looks like he's carrying a baby inside the rucksack. It's that big. It's bigger than him. Just for that, nothing more.
Just because of the backpack.
That backpack is going to get cut off soon. It needs surgically removing.
This next question is from Justin Parker, 87. What started your Superstitions? And what do you do before a game? What are your superstitions before a game?
I think probably started when I was playing my first professional game. I put my left shin pad on, left glove on, left sock, left boot. So that's always sticks. No matter what, that always sticks. Other than that, it can, even like the tape on the socks, left foot first, bottom first, then top.
Always
so
left.
I'm not even left-footed or left-handed. It's just a thing that I do, and it's always stuck. And other things, yeah, sometimes you might eat the same thing before a game if you win or do that. But yeah, I've been copying the same thing for 3 weeks now, trying to keep these clean sheets. I've been saying, no, you can't stand there. You got to stand. If my kid sits in a certain place, I've got to go and sit in there. I've levelled up the seats because I keep me clean seats.
So you're going to keep changing every time the results change?
Not change it. You kind of do what you do, but when you're in a little routine, and it kind of sticks. But then when say if you lose, hopefully we're not going to lose in 2015, but you might think, oh well, that didn't do us any good, did it? But you've done it for the past 3 weeks, so it is stupid, but it is. It's you've got to do it as well, yeah.
That's what you feel. This next one is from Mr. Sam Wilson. If you had to play an outfield for a game,
yeah,
which position would you want to play?
I probably want to play striker, just because I want that feeling of scoring a goal. But I'd probably be best in midfield. I'm like, how can you put it? Jan Molby.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Get someone else to do your running. I'll just pass it about.
So you can just stand there.
Yeah, that's it. Centre circle. That's my range, and then I'll just find passes from there.
Great, there you go. Midfield. Next question is from Big Daddy A. When you're growing up,
Who? From who?
Big Daddy Ear.
Okay.
That's the
a
name.
Brilliant name.
When you were growing up, which goalkeeper inspired you to become a keeper?
It was Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because he was big, loud, and not because of that. Just the saves he made, because he was big and he still got to the big saves, and I used to watch him a lot. But I hope my father-in-law's not watching, because that's not allowed. Manchester United's not allowed.
This one's Ollie 161. Who is your best mate in football and at the Albion?
In football, I've got Niall O'Brien, who lives in Leeds. He's a PE teacher, but he plays part-time football. He's my best friend. But at the Albion, I'd have to go with Casper.
Yeah.
We just, when you stick with someone and that's it, and we always go around teasing people and making fun. So I'd have to say Casper.
I suppose because you work with him every day, you see him pretty much every day, you just get that bond.
Yeah. I'm always on the phone to him, always texting him. But I get on well with Paddy and God. I get on well with all the lads, to be honest, but he's probably the one that I spend most time with as well.
At Brighton fan base, what's been your favourite save of your career?
A nice one was saving a penalty at Craven Cottage against Man U. That was good, but probably the best save, probably Norwich last year in the Premier League.
Yeah.
It was quite a good save, and it got voted in whatever it was, match of the day thing. So I'd have to say that.
You've made some great saves this year as well.
Not as many as I'd like, but.
At Grieve 17, do you have a celebration? Okay, before we go into this, you go up for corners quite a lot,
Yeah, I like to do that.
You like to run.
I'm sure I got an assist at Charlton game at home, yeah.
Well, do you have a celebration if you do actually score from a corner?
Yes.
What would it be? Or do we have to wait?
You'd have to wait, but it's called the Paddy McCourt dance. So you will. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So
demonstrate, or we're just gonna have to wait?
You go wait. Just wait till I put one in the top corner, though. You'll be happy with that.
You're going to love this next question. It's from @BHFC_news. Do you think...
I actually read this one.
Did you?
Yesterday, yeah.
You planned your answer for this?
Yeah, I have.
Do you think Lewis Dunk looks like Neil from The In-Betweeners?
He's actually a stunt double for Neil in The In-Betweeners. I'll let you think about which scene it was, but it was with an old lady. That's all I'm going to say. He was the body double in The In-Betweeners. An old lady. And then, the dancing bit?
Yeah.
I think he rehearsed that a couple of times, and I think he was like the choreographer for that. So
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk was actually
if you look and pause the credits at the end, you'll probably see Lewis Dunk.
Can I watch that now? At Dale Stevens FP, what do you love most about playing for Brighton?
At Dale Stevens wrote in.
Well, that's his username. It's not actually Dale
Where
Stevens.
is Dale? Go on, sorry, what? No,
What do you love most?
Do you know what?
about
I love the training ground and the ground. The away support, I must say as well. That is
good, isn't it?
Yeah. So I say them three things.
Ryan Lang 999. What was your reaction when you were called up for England in 2011?
A little bit of shock, and then I did actually start getting a bit of starstruck when you first meet them. But the lads were brilliant to me, like the captain, England captain, and a few others were.
It must have been quite a lot because you worked hard. You were in the Fulham team at the time. Mark Swatcher was.
He was injured,
wasn't
yeah.
he? So it just showed, hard work was paying off, and it's Fabio Capello, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I think that's great. Where were we? So we said about your positioning. One question I have is...
Go for it.
It's more like a soccer AM type, question. It's about your teammates.
Right, okay.
We want to know about your teammates. So best trainer at the club?
Best trainer. Donkey's been pretty much there all the time. You got Bruno and Carl. They put it in most of the time. But everyone has their off days, and there's not one that's really stands out because there's a lot that do well.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, I'd say Donkey. But he can have a good old strop when he don't. So.
Seems like we're just saying everything about Dunk, doesn't it? In betweeners, trainer.
And we call him Zlatan. I'll let you work that one out.
Most skillful at the club?
Oh, we've got a couple of good ones there. Well, we've got Kaz. Kaz can do a bit. Paddy's Georgie best. So, Zhao, Kalunga, me, obviously.
You have the skills, do you?
Yeah, obviously, I got a good Cruyff turn in the bag, but usually slip over and lose it, but that's another question. No, I'd like to say Paddy, but it's a bit harsh on other people. So.
And talking about skillful player, this is from Corey Harding too, the most skillful player you've played against?
Against?
In your career?
I'd have to say played against and with either Berbatov or Rooney. Probably Berbatov on the technical touch-wise. How he used to score goals. He'd score goals like with flicks and Cruyffs, and just he could score a goal, and he was technically very good. So I'd have to say Berbatov.
Yeah. And best striker you've actually come up against?
Probably Wayne Rooney.
Kane, 5.
Wayne Rooney. I've played against him a few times, and he's just frightening. Once he gets into a position, he can put the ball anywhere he wants. So it's so hard to not guess, and when he puts it in the top corner, not many chances you can have a saving it or in off the post. So I'd have to say him.
BHFC Kieran, what's your proudest moment in your football career, apart from obviously being the first one on Google Hangouts?
I was going to say that, but you took it right out of my mouth. It might have been.
There you go.
It might have been my first interview with Tim. I don't know. It could have been my first photograph with Paul. Shout out to Paul, by the way, upstairs. It's got to be the England squad. There's no better feeling than that. I didn't get to play, but I was probably in the squad for about a year, and I got to feel the European qualifiers. I was on the bench. It's got to be that.
Going back to another question. Here we go. At Paula Furby, what is the best piece of advice you could give to a young keeper?
A young goalkeeper.
Good question. I like that.
Stop the ball.
Would you say
simple but effective?
Would you say that's one? The main things.
No, whatever you do, don't listen to outfielders or defenders. Listen to other goalkeepers, because they ain't got a clue. They just think you should stop the ball and that's it. But they ain't got a clue about goalkeepers' eyes. So when they start shouting at you, you just got to shout at them back. Just don't shout at your manager. There's a line.
You can shout to any other player, but not the manager.
Or assistant, you know.
Assistant.
Your goalkeeper coach.
Assistant.
Your goalkeeper coach can't do. Assistant you can do, but he might try and punch you. So it depends. No, we're going a bit off the track, but no.
You know, I've done live streams at home by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I did before, but this is nothing. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant.
This is what they've
This is what they want.
paid
This
to
is what
come
they
on,
want.
you know. Unless it's free, then I'm sorry.
Okay. At Chris Fields, I'm going to ask this because this is something which is about me. Do you think that I look like Nick Grimshaw?
You?
Yeah. This is an answer which you might...
To be honest, I've only heard Nick Grimshaw. I've never seen him.
Okay, that's good. I like that
So
one.
yeah,
That's
you do.
amazing.
Because I've never seen him, so you do.
Damn it. Moving on swiftly. As a Ray, what's your favourite Albion chant? So, obviously you're out on pitch. As you say, the away supporters are brilliant, home supporters are brilliant. What's your favourite chant?
Albion chant. Obviously, I like the one that's for me. That's quite pleasing when they sing
What's
that.
your favourite?
It's got to be, hasn't it? Because I don't really listen to the other. I like the crowd when we score. That's a good chant.
Yeah, that is.
Goal.
Good old Sussex by the Sea's always a good one.
Yeah.
Players, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're players. Don't worry about them. We don't like to bring them in here. They're in a cage now and again. Look, this is what we have to deal with. We have to deal with players banging on windows. It's just not right. It's not professional.
Who do we have there? Jake Foskakaski?
JFC.
JFC.
See, I'll have to teach him as well, you know.
So is he someone you'd shout at on the pitch?
I shout at everyone.
Okay, this next one from @Sayers3011. How do players deal with aggravation they get on Twitter?
Poor. I can tell you firsthand from that, you just got to ignore it. I mean, there's sometimes where it gets really personal, where I would love it if we beat them. I had to get Kevin Keegan in there, didn't I? No, good old Kevin Keegan, you can't beat, can you? I'd love it if I just need some headphones. Look, like you say, you're a sportsman, you're an athlete, I wouldn't call myself an athlete, but I'm a goalkeeper, and you're a role model at the end of the day, so you can stick up for yourself, but there's only so far you can go, unfortunately. So
it's just about getting your point across, but actually
that's
not
what I mean,
being...
like the people who say you make a mistake, the people who actually say, look, you've made a mistake, that was stupid today. Well, yeah, I know that. So you can deal with that. It's not personal. It's like when I can't even say some of the stuff I get, but then when it goes on to families, then I'm just,
There's a line which fans cross, which is,
like you can even take sarcasm and banter, but there's a line, yeah.
Yeah, it must be difficult at times, especially when you're going through a tough time. You know, playing wise, you know that if, you're not performing as as well as you want to, and then your fans are telling you, you kind of go, yeah, I know that, but it's when it gets more personal.
And last season we was getting relegated, so you understand the fans' frustration and things like that. And then this season we didn't start off the best, so and I was new, so not a lot of people knew exactly what I could do. So
turning it around now, 5 games unbeaten. It's good.
3 clean sheets in a row.
There you go.
I thought I'd put that one in.
What was going through your head when you did there you go, you can read that, Cruyff turn at Fulham?
What did I say? Cruyff turn, been practicing it.
Yeah.
I just didn't slip over this time. I knew it. I knew Roger again. I know he goes that way. Came back, not a problem. Just relax, keep calm, pass the ball to somebody else.
Keep calm, pass the ball to anyone.
Someone in blue and white and red and black if we play it away, or orange. There's another rule for a goalkeeper.
Okay.
Pass the ball to your own team, there you go.
Fantastic advice for young goalkeepers.
There you go.
At Byway23, what's been the best prank this season?
Prank? One of the assistant kitmen, I think he does some with the women's football team as well. He got strapped up and put in the ice bath.
Did he?
And that might have been for no apparent reason, just because it was funny. That might have been like his ice bucket challenge kind of thing. That was good. There's not much go on because it's quite a sensible punch. So
Who's the biggest joker? I know you said earlier.
What do you mean by joker? Like practical joke? Joker as in a football.
the practical joker in the team.
There's a few. I like to have a laugh. A lot of us like to have a laugh, and as long as you're not going crazy gang far, then I think you're all right. Because I did try burn someone's car, but it didn't work. I realised it on my own. So.
So, quick fire questions.
Go on then.
Fastest in the squad?
Me.
You. Okay, that's good. Most intelligent?
Me.
Least intelligent?
Me.
Worst dress sense we've already come across.
We've got that one.
Worst taste in music? You?
No.
No?
I can't say because I'm a lover of all music. I like the African music. I'll have a little dance to any music in the change room when I'm on my own.
Because this is actually a question from at the Fresh Quince. What music do you like?
At the Fresh Quince, that's a great name.
It is, isn't it?
Zach, good name. Like that.
So what music do you like?
I like a bit of everything, like I say. Sometimes I like to put it on the iPod on shuffle and see what comes out at me, you know. If Elvis is on, then we're dancing to Elvis. If the punky reggae comes on, then I'm dancing to that. Me.
And final question, who's the longest in the shower? You. So it's all me. Definitely
not me. Oh God, I do not clean the drains out in the shower. Chris O'Grady's pretty long.
Yeah?
Yeah, he loves a good soak.
So there you have it. We've got an insight into yourself. Thank you very much for joining us today. What's your plan for the afternoon? Training again?
Weight session, home, kids, bed, or repeat kind of thing. It's just like a...
So like eat, sleep, yeah.
Well, it's probably eat, train, sleep, eat. Kids from school, bed. Kids to school, bed, eat, train.
So we basically know your routine now.
Yeah, but if anybody wants to burgle me, I'm actually at home every single day.
Guys, thank you very much for sending in your questions. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much again. And yeah, until next time, I shall catch you here on Seagulls Player. Bye-bye.